All right, so get ready, because today we are diving deep into something pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
It's the intersection of space exploration and what this essay we're looking at calls the Faustian spirit.
Mm-hmm.
What are your first impressions when you hear that term?
Faustian spirit.
Yeah.
It always makes me think of like someone striking a deal with the devil.
Right.
But I'm guessing there's more to it when it comes to space travel.
right.
It definitely goes beyond the typical like deal with the devil narrative.
Yeah.
This essay really connects that Faustian spirit with this kind of basic human drive to explore and push boundaries.
Okay.
And honestly, it got me thinking about space exploration in a whole new light.
So we're not just talking about like launching rockets here.
Right.
We're talking about a deeper
Yeah.
human impulse. What exactly does this essay define as
Yeah.
the Faustian spirit?
So they describe it as this inherent drive, particularly within European culture, for knowledge, for mastery over the world around them, for constantly pushing the limits of what's possible. It's like this inner fire that pushes them to explore and achieve.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection to space exploration.
Yeah.
But this Faustian spirit,
Oh.
it's not necessarily portrayed as a good or bad thing in itself.
Exactly.
Okay.
The essay really emphasizes that it's amoral,
Okay.
like a force of nature.
Okay.
Think of it like fire, right?
Yeah.
It can warm you or it can burn you.
Sure.
It all depends on how you use it. And this Faustian spirit can lead to incredible progress, but also to a lot of destruction if it isn't guided by something.
Yeah, that makes sense. It reminds me of how like some ancient civilizations built these magnificent cities,
Right.
made these incredible scientific advancements,
Totally.
but also engaged in some pretty brutal conquests.
Yeah.
Can you give me some specific examples from the essay about how this Faustian spirit played out in history?
Yeah, so one fascinating example that the essay uses is the construction of Gothic cathedrals.
Okay.
So they were pushing the boundaries of architecture, reaching for the heavens literally, but also using that knowledge to create something beautiful and awe-inspiring.
So it's not just about conquering the physical world,
Right.
but also about striving for something more, something transcendent.
Precisely. And the essay argues that this drive, this Faustian spirit has been a major force throughout history, not just in cathedrals, but in things like the Age of Exploration, the quest to chart new lands and push beyond known horizons.
And today we see it reflected in our desire to explore space,
Exactly.
to conquer this final frontier.
The essay makes a direct connection between that historical urge to explore and our modern fascination with space travel.
But there's a twist, right?
Yeah.
Because we haven't exactly achieved the same level of like
Right.
cosmic exploration
Yeah.
as, say, mapping the globe back in the day.
You're picking up on a key point. The author believes that while the Faustian spirit drove those historical explorations, it was, at least in the European context, often paired with a strong Christian faith.
Okay.
They're arguing that this provided a moral compass,
Okay.
a sense of purpose beyond just the pursuit of knowledge or power.
So are they suggesting that we've lost our way a bit when it comes to space exploration? We're missing that
That's precisely
spiritual grounding.
the argument.
Okay.
The essay claims that in our modern secular age, we've become so focused on the how of space travel,
Okay.
the technology and logistics, that we've kind of lost sight of the why,
Yeah.
the deeper meaning and purpose behind reaching for the stars.
That's an interesting take. So they're saying it's not enough to just have the technology and the ambition.
Right.
We also need a stronger
Exactly.
why driving us.
Yeah.
It reminds me of something I was reading about how like science fiction used to be filled with this sense of hope and wonder about space.
Yeah.
But now it often feels much darker,
Right.
more dystopian.
That's a great parallel.
Yeah.
The essay actually uses a similar example,
Okay.
comparing classic Star Trek to the newer series.
So just like in that classic Star Trek, right?
Yeah.
Exploring strange new worlds, seeking out new life and new civilizations.
Right.
It had a different vibe, didn't it?
Yeah.
A sense of optimism, a belief in progress, but also a humility, an awareness of something larger than ourselves.
Right.
I feel like a lot of modern sci-fi is kind of missing that.
The essay argues that this shift in science fiction reflects a broader cultural shift.
Okay.
We've become more inward-focused, more cynical, perhaps,
Okay.
and less willing to embrace the unknown with a sense of wonder and possibility.
That actually resonates with me.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid and thinking by now we'd have colonies on Mars.
Right.
But the reality feels, well, less ambitious, you know.
Exactly. And the essay suggests that this isn't just about funding or technological hurdles.
Okay.
It goes deeper than that. Okay.
They argue that we've lost that collective drive, that spiritual hunger to push beyond our limits and reach for something greater than ourselves.
Okay, I'm following you so far.
Yeah.
But if this decline in space exploration enthusiasm is rooted in a lack of spiritual grounding, what's the solution?
Right.
Do we need to start incorporating religion into our space programs?
The essay dives into this directly.
Okay.
And it might not be as simple as adding a chaplain to the next rocket launch.
Okay.
They actually describe the cosmos as a spiritual domain,
Okay.
almost like a reflection of our own inner state.
Okay.
To truly conquer the vastness of space, the essay argues we first need to conquer the limitations within ourselves.
That's a pretty powerful idea.
Yeah.
It's not just about planting a flag on a distant planet. It's about inner exploration as well.
Yeah, inner exploration as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about cultivating a sense of purpose, of self-mastery, and a connection to something larger than ourselves.
Okay.
The essay argues that this inner transformation is essential for any. They argue that a return to a strong Christian foundation is necessary for the future of successful space exploration.
Ooh, okay, that took an unexpected turn. So they're saying we need to bring religion back into space travel.
In a way, yes, but it's more nuanced than just attaching a Bible to a satellite.
Okay.
The essay argues that the values, the sense of purpose, the striving for something greater than oneself,
Okay.
values which were historically intertwined with Christianity, especially within a European context,
Sure.
are essential for reigniting that Faustian spirit and directing it towards a meaningful exploration of the cosmos.
Okay, so less about literally launching scriptures into space and more about rediscovering those deeper motivations that religion,
Exactly.
or at least Christianity in the essay's view,
Right.
used to inspire.
Exactly. It's about reconnecting with a sense of awe and wonder, a sense of the sacred,
Okay.
that can fuel our desire to explore and understand the universe around us. They see this as crucial, particularly as our society has become increasingly secularized.
And this is where they single out orthodoxy specifically.
Right.
What makes it the ideal candidate for space exploration in their view?
Right.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, it's not about saying, like, everyone needs to be orthodox now.
Right.
It's more about recognizing that something crucial might be missing in our modern approach to something as grand as space exploration.
Exactly. They even say at one point, the men of the 1600s were ready for this calling.
Okay.
And we today have lost that capability.
Interesting. Because back then, the people launching ships into the unknown, they didn't see their faith as separate from their ambition.
Right.
It was all part of the same drive.
Precisely. And whether or not you agree with this author's specific solution,
Right.
I think they raise a thought-provoking question
Yeah.
about whether our modern, more secular approach to these endeavors has come at a cost.
I'm wondering, what do you think this essay would say to someone listening who's thinking like, okay, this is all fascinating,
Right.
but I'm not about to join a monastery and launch myself into orbit.
Right.
What's the takeaway for me?
That's the key question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think they'd say, don't just focus on the how of space travel,
Okay.
the rockets, the tech, the logistics.
Okay.
Spend some time reflecting on the why.
Okay.
Why are we so drawn to the stars?
Yeah.
What are we hoping to find, not just out there, but within ourselves through that pursuit?
It's like they're saying real exploration, whether it's of the cosmos or of our own potential, requires a sense of awe of something bigger than ourselves.
Exactly. And that can come from many places, not just organized religion.
Right.
But the essay seems to be arguing that we've lost something vital in our modern approach to these grand endeavors.
It's interesting, right? Like maybe in striving for a purely rational scientific approach,
Yeah,
we've accidentally stripped away some of the wonder.
perhaps. But the beauty is that sense of wonder is always there to be rediscovered,
Yeah.
regardless of your background or beliefs.
I love that. So if this deep dive has made you think twice about humanity's future among the stars,
And maybe even what kind of explorer you want to be.
then we've accomplished our mission. Keep looking up, and until next time, keep asking those big questions.